So this is it, the big one, the Matchroom Sport Tour Championship from the beautiful Desert Springs here in Spain. Roll titles. Welcome to the HotelPlanner.com PGA EuroPro Tour and the final of what has been an enthralling 2016 season, full of drama, twists and turns, and of course some unbelievable golf from some of the most talented young players on the planet.
Was it his name and where you're on the order of merit?
Jonathan Caldwell, 5th on the order of merit.
Adam Runcie, 10th in the order of merit. Matthew Courts, 1st on the order of merit.
Play as well as you can and see where you end up at the end of the week.
I'm just here to win this week.
Strength and depth goes a long way down the leaderboard. Where am I on the order merit?
It's a good question.
Everyone's got a chance to get their card.
Try to start again.
I really wish I had the answer.
There's no excuses this week for the guys preparing for the tournament.
It's hitting a ball to a spot and then finding it and hitting it again.
Obviously this week if I got the win, that'd be perfect for me.
See you later.
I'm just going to go out there and play my best and see what happens.
Desert Springs is a fitting host for the final event of the season, with its narrow fairways snaking through a dramatic desert backdrop. And this is the test the 56 players will have to overcome on their road to the Challenge Tour.
This course is a thinker's course, and if you get impatient from the tee or from the fairway, you might pay the consequences. You have to wait for your chances, play the yardage that you can manage, and leave yourself the uphill putt to make the birdie. Guys who have done their homework on Monday and know how to miss, what's the right side to miss, and where they shouldn't be missing. That's going to be the key.
Right, now it's time to hand over to our roving reporter. He's mic'd up, he's sun-creamed up, and of course, he's wearing orange. It has to be Kit Alexander.
One of the things that makes Desert Springs such a superb location for our Matchroom Sport Tour Championship is the wonderful facilities the players have here to get their games sharp for the biggest week of the season. You come here to the caddy hut, you've got your clubs ready and waiting for you, you pick them up, and then it's off to the practice round about an hour before your tee time. Let's go and see who's out there. First stop in the pre-round routine, the short game, chipping and bunker play area. You've got a variety of lies. There's no one here at the moment, but you can see all of the balls are laid out. You've got different flags, the undulating greens that mimic what you're going to face when you get out on the course. You've got to get your short game sharp around here, and these facilities enable you to do exactly that. Then it's off to the range. This is where the guys really hone the long game. You've got superb grass to be hitting off here, a nice long range, a variety of targets. The guys will start at the short end of the bag with their wedges and work their way all the way through to the driver. You can see everyone's out here. We've got Sandeep Gruel, Jack Colgate honing things before the round. You look down, Mark Lasky, who's currently in the top 5 in the order of merit. It's absolutely superb here. You've got your balls, you've got your targets. Distance control is vital at this course, and this is where you hone it in the local conditions. Then it's to the putting green. The putting green is the final stop before the first tee. The nerves are going to be jangling here, but you want to find your touch on the greens. There's plenty of undulation, loads of holes. You can see all the guys here working. You've got various drills going on, tees on the ground. Over here we've got our Order of Merit leader Matt Court, who's wearing a delightful orange shirt. It's a good colour out here in the Spanish sun. Once you've got your touch going, it's off to the first tee. It's now or never. as you emerge through the desert, through the flowers, the first tee's in front of you. Hop across the rocks if you're lucky. Your caddy's taking your bag round to the front. Up you go. Here you are, the first tee, Desert Springs, and all you can see is desert. That fairway stretches out in front of you. Now's the time. You've done your practice, you're on the first tee. Go out there and make your dreams come true.
So that's what the players have to look forward to, but here's what we have in store for you. Johnny Morgan takes us through key holes at Desert Springs.
I only hit a bad one, that's just down the right edge, that should kick.
We play our hole with a Knight of the Realm.
All right.
And finally, we'll look at what it takes to put the tour together. Sorry. The attention now falls on the players and their attempt to claim the Matchroom Sports Tour Championship. We've already had 2 days of play here at Desert Springs, and the leaderboard has thrown up some unusual storylines going into the final 18 holes.
The way I see it is it relies a little bit on Joe Dean. You know, he's obviously played fantastic the last few days. You know, I personally think if I go out there and shoot 5-6 under par, it's going to give me a real good shot of winning today, so we'll see.
Some really good players at the top of the leaderboard. All the guys are sort of around the top 5 are up there, so anyone can shoot low.
Really going to need a quick start today with Joe being so far in front, so hopefully I can do the same again today and follow it up on the back nine.
I have got a number in my head of where I want to finish, but I'm going to keep that to myself.
Somebody could come up from a few shots back because there was a couple of 7-unders and 6-unders yesterday, so I think that's going to happen again.
I've known Ashley for quite a few years, so that'll be quite normal. I haven't played with Matthew Court yet, so it'll be hard, but I can't wait. I just want to get out there.
So now to take you through all the final round action, I'll leave you in the capable hands of Johnny Morgan, Scott Drummond, but first, Phil Yates.
Thanks, Sean. Yes, this is the big one. The top 5 on the Race to Desert Springs at the end of the season, this tournament, are promoted to the Challenge Tour for 2017. And right now, only Matthew Court is mathematically guaranteed. And this is how it stands going into the final round of the Matchroom Sport Tour Championship, with Court playing relatively pressure-free, tied 3rd with Sam Robertshaw. Ashley Chesters is 2nd alone, but he's 3 adrift of title and promotion-chasing Joe Dean. John and Scott, there's only one thing guaranteed here: drama.
You better believe it. And we're going to see it, I've got a feeling.
Yeah, looking forward to this today, John.
And here's Mr. Peter Tarver-Jones.
Looking for his 3rd birdie in the first 4 holes.
Well, he's going to have to put a hell of a score together to try and weave himself into that top 5.
Now this 3rd hole, the par 5, is known as Crazy Horse. And that was a crazy putt.
Yeah, what a read there. Absolutely tremendous read. A lot of swing in that putt.
It was straight up a little ridge as well. That was perfection. Got a beautiful statue of a horse just to the back right-hand side of this green. That's why it's called the Crazy Horse.
Hemstock due for a big one, we feel, at some point.
Also on course for a big one, Joe Dean. So how's he been faring down the first fairway?
Lovely solid start from our leader, Joe Dean. He's straight down the middle of the par 5 first in 2 with a really good look at the pin. It sits just 5 paces from the left edge of the green, but there's not a breath of wind. He can be aggressive with this one.
562 yards this opener and a genuine 3-shotter.
Yeah, most definitely. With that scrubland, you can see they'll be catching a lot of the players' second shots if they were going for it.
Yeah, be just aiming this at the cameraman, but he's come out of it. This is way right. And that's going to be a lengthy number for his 3rd. And a troublesome one as well, down the slope.
Yeah, not quite the start he was looking for there with a short iron or a wedge to the first. As you can see, just came out of it a bit. Big divot. Very steep there, John.
Oh, yeah, not off. Well, he went into this one now. Our order of merit leader, Matthew Court, out of the hay on the left. Oh, this should release. Oh, and there's a little bank just behind the flag that should weave its way back. Oh, no, it stays there.
Don't be surprised if he makes a birdie. He's 50 under par on this tour on par 5s alone this year.
Yeah, he's been solid as a rock all season.
Chester's now, great shot in there. Controlled the spin beautifully. Should be a birdie opener.
It's a nice solid swing. Here we go. Nice little slow-mo. Takes it away. Now, I always look at the balance after the shot. Strong, solid finish. Look at that. Dances round the flag. Now, Mr. James.
Yeah, eagle attempt here. Straight in the front door.
I mean, what a second shot into there. 10 foot behind the stick and rolls it in for eagle. No wonder he's fist pumping.
You've both been involved at the very highest level. What's going on in the mind of Joe Dean at the moment? He must be nervous.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got some nerves. It's about harnessing those nerves in the right way. Keeping on doing what he's been doing well so far in the week. Don't you think, John?
Yeah, I mean, you run with your adrenaline. You know, you feel the vibes, you feel the good vibes. I mean, he's playing some great golf. Leader after round one. I mean, you just got to just keep that momentum on your side. Keep feeling the good vibes. Keep it simple. I've been impressed with this man all season. Young, very aggressive player, likes to take it on. And he rolls in another.
Mark Young, the fourth is called Cinch, and it was a cinch birdie.
It was. It was indeed.
No caught after that. Superb third shot in there. Shaved the hole. And he's got this one down the slope. Greens are running beautifully. Oh, just a slight misjudgment on the line there, I think.
Oh, I thought that was going to move more there, Scotty. You know, from left to right. But that's a solid 5 for Matthew.
Yeah, and as Phil said, the man with no pressure really this week.
Yeah. It's coming down the slope, little bit of turn left to right. Is it going to come back? Oh, just not enough. But great start nonetheless. He's taken the flags out.
Yeah, 2 par 5s in the first 3 holes here on this course. Chance for a fast start from somebody.
Now this would be a nerve settler for Dean. No issue whatsoever.
Yeah, that was a good 2-putt from there after a poor approach. Like you say, just settle down a few nerves possibly with a solid short putt.
Nice to see the fans out as well, the locals. Getting in some good vibes, seeing how it's done. With these pros to be that are going to be going on to bigger and better things in the sense of Challenge Tour and European Tour, and you never know. As this man just rolls in that lovely putt for birdie.
Which means that Ashley Chesters now trails by only 2. But, as he was overnight, leading the Matchroom Sport Tour Championship, it is England's Joe Dean. On the Indiana course at the Desert Springs Resort, this is quite simply the biggest day in Joe Dean's golfing life. We could be in the deserts of California, Arizona or Utah. In fact, we're in southeast Spain at the Matchroom Sport Tour Championship. The venue, Desert Springs Resort, the Indiana course, and our leader is Joe Dean. But look at Peter Tarver-Jones. What a start from him. 4 under par after 5 holes, vaulting all the way to a tie for 4th at 8 under.
This is a difficult second par 3. Green slopes from right to left. Tight target to aim at. You're aiming just right at this pin if you dare. That's nice. That could feed off a little bit. There's a little rise bank over there and there's bunkers to the left of it.
Yeah, playing downwind today this hole, John, so yardage control important.
This would be around the region of a 6-iron. This one looks to be heading right. There's out of bounds lurking over there. And thick rough. Oh, and that's sat down. That's going to be a tricky one.
Yeah, coming down the hill there. We just take a quick look at his swing here. Good backswing, completes it well. Just a little bit tentative maybe, just holding it off. And just holding it off a little bit too much there.
Tentative equals trouble, as Kit explains.
Dean just came out of his tee shot there a little bit on the par 3 second, and he's leaked it right. He's left himself a real slippery up and down. The whole green runs away from him. There's going to be grass between the club face and the ball at impact. This is really tough to get enough spin and elevation to hold it short or close to the hole.
And faced with a similar problem on the 6th, Tarver-Jones.
Yeah, the short par 4 here. Just around about 300 yards, getting close to the green. Coming out of the thick stuff as well.
Yeah, nicknamed the Gambler.
Yeah, he judged that beautifully there. Probably didn't feel he could leave it short of the pin. Was in a good spot. The guy who's off to a flying start may continue.
I see. There's a couple of ways you can play this. You can pitch it on the fringe, let it dribble down, or play it kind of high, floppy, all about landing it on the putting surface nice and softly, but this one's going to run past.
Yeah, he played it nicely, keeping very still, simple action, turn through. Look at that ball pop up very high and soft. Probably couldn't do much better than that, John.
No, you need hands of Phil Mickelson to get that close.
Short birdie attempt from the fringe. And that rolled nice and smoothly for him.
Yeah, that's beautifully done. You never know how it's going to come out of the fringe, but now Chester's after finding the putting surface at the second. It's 20-footer for birdie. Coming off his left. It's got to go. Go!
Yeah, that would have put a bit more pressure on his playing partner there had he made that one. For sure, that would have made his putt much tougher. Solid par though. Long way to go.
Now this is Hemstock, the EuroPro Tour nearly man in terms of promotion. 7th on the money list each of the last 2 years. Can he get over the hump and make it into the top 5?
Well, that was a great effort. Used the contours to his advantage, slowed the ball up nicely, coming up over the rise. Now, Lasky. This man's been very close for the top 5. He's been knocking on the door for a while. Can he hold it? Yes, he can. Nice putt at the Gambler.
Yeah, not a hole you want to be dropping a shot on today. Short par 4s.
Joe Dean, you know, has made more birdies on the EuroPro Tour this year than anyone else. But that was an untimely bogey for the man from Sheffield. A veritable production line of talent these days, that city, with the likes of Masters champion Danny Willett and British Masters champion Matthew Fitzpatrick, hailing from what they call the Steel City.
Well, I tell you what, that is some talent, and they've just been over at the Ryder Cup.
Tarver-Jones, after that superb pitch from the rough, just didn't give it enough. Either a bit more speed or a bit more borrow needed. Frustrated with himself there.
Yeah, when you're chasing the leaders, you can't be missing putts like that.
What a wonderful season it's been for Curtis Griffiths. 8 top 10s. He won down at East Sussex National, beating Ashley Chesters in a playoff. And if he is promoted, which looks likely, he fully deserves it.
Hemstock now to clean up on the par 5 third after that wonderful pitch. Yeah, very solid.
Now, Peter Tarver-Jones. Second shot to 7. Tall, high rising wedge shot this. Difficult green, got to get the club in right, and he dances it, backs it away from the flag, and that's no more than 5-6 feet away for a birdie opportunity.
Now here's Mr. Griffiths, a graduate of the Wentworth Scholarship Programme, which also produced Ross Fisher.
Caldwell, second shot here to the 6th.
I love his go-get-'em attitude, Jonathan. I mean, played with Rory at the Walker Cup just before he turned pro.
He won't be happy with that one, though.
No, that's a little bit of a misread, that one. Miss club.
Farrelly for another birdie. Can he slot this one in? Yeah, he's looking solid with the putter today.
He is indeed. Rolling it beautifully. We go to Matthew Court. Second shot at third. Taking it on. Out with the wood. Tight target to aim at. Water lurks. Look at that shot. Gets all the way at the back portion of this green. That's a great eagle opportunity.
Now then, Tarver-Jones for birdie number 5. You know, his favourite food is curry, and right now his golf game is a Vindaloo. Red hot.
Love it. Love it. I tell you what, he's hot to trot at the moment. Peter Tarver-Jones is going to take a lot to stop him. As you've seen Dean now coming out of the left, and it's scraping. Is it going to feed its way onto the green? Oh no, that's going to be a difficult up and down.
Yeah, and talking of difficult shots, this is not a straightforward putt here for Caldwell. Giving it a firm wrap up the slope. Oh my goodness. What about that?
Some serious drainage there by Jonathan Caldwell, the Northern Irish lad.
He almost smiled there, John.
He does. He's a good boy.
Another indication of this barren landscape around this green and verdant golf course. And the 8th hole at 225 yards is the lengthiest par 3 here. Not good, but at least it's dry.
Chester's ball has found the water, so he'll be taking a drop here at the back of the green. It's going to be an absolute worldie up and down. He's playing off of the deadpan. He can only see the top third of the flagstick. There's not a lot of green to work with. How would you guys play this one?
The deadpan? It's the hard pan, but I think that was a Freudian slip because, John, he is dead.
He is. And he is having to play a worldie kit. And he's going to have to dice with the left-hand side of that tree that's just in play. Like you say, off the hard pan as well. Not going to be easy. He could generate a lot of spin. He's going to have to come down pretty sharp on the back of this or stay nice and tall and just nip it off the top. But that's the trouble, isn't it, Scott?
Yeah,
that's what can happen.
Caught that heavy, didn't he? Possibly fearing the thin. Decent line now, though.
Yeah, had no green to work with. But now he's on the upslope of the bunker every chance. Now, Richard. Big, long. This is at least 50 foot. He's aiming way left. Watch this as soon as it gets up onto the top level. Going to start shifting even more. This is tracking. And that's a great putt from distance.
Every chance of being named EuroPro Tour Rookie of the Year.
Oh, I don't doubt it. He's got some game, Richard. Now Dean has to dice, probably pitch it off the green and just get it coming through. And that's not a bad effort from there. That was not easy.
Yeah, he's judged that well. Left himself a little uphiller. Now here's another tricky one. We've seen some tricky shots now in a row. Tarver-Jones opening the blade, just trying to pop it up.
That needed to go up his left nostril there to get that one close.
Yeah, it was relying on a decent bounce as well. You can see that blade way open. Staying very still, just trying to slide that club face under. Generate enough speed though to get it going forward. He was just a yard or two short, I think. It was tricky.
Now it's rolled down into the centre of the bunker. He can generate all the spin he wants now. Flown it all the way, bit of spin. Yeah, not a bad effort.
Yeah, if he can slot that one in, get away with just dropping one shot here on the par 5. Still be disappointing.
Richard James for a great 2-putt. Lock it and rock it. And here it goes.
Yes, he attended the University of Southern Florida. Their golf course is called the Claw, but he doesn't use the claw grip.
No, he doesn't need to, putting the way he is.
Yeah, up the hill, Scotty, to save his par. Missed one out on the 6th for birdie. Oh, and he's missed this one for bogey.
Yeah, just a fraction too much pace on that one, perhaps. Caught the right edge. A little bit of frustration again. Dropping shots today. especially after a fiery start.
I mean, what a start. I mean, he's hot to trot.
Yeah, he knows he needs a low one, doesn't he?
Now this is Andrew Marshall. Last week he finished second to Sandy Lyle in the World Hickory Open up in Scotland. Nicely flighted. And with conventional clubs, Matthew Court has brought the third to its knees.
That absolute peach of an approach from Matt Court has left him no more than 14 feet for eagle. It's going to bleed off the left-hand side a little bit, and it's slightly down breeze. He's just got to be careful not to let it get away from him and play it through the break. Last year, Jordan Smith eagled this hole, and that ignited his final round charge. Let's see if Court can do the same here.
Well, it definitely looks like it's going to come off the left. Matthew Court now for a great eagle at the third. Just see the shine where he is, and it gets a little bit dull in near the hole. Is it going to turn? Is it going to turn? No, it just stays out there.
Great effort.
Didn't move as much as he thought, but that's going to be a little tap in for a 4. Just making sure he doesn't get on his playing partner's line.
Yeah, solid birdie. He will feel slightly disappointed though. Such a great second shot in there. Now here's the Hickory champion of 2015, as we said. My old mate Andy Marshall going with the blade.
Up against the collar, and it turns and catches the left-hand door.
Very good short game, Andy Marshall. Good imagination.
Is he playing with a football?
He is. That's TrueViz technology, I believe.
Is it? Oh.
Now you pros hate bogeys with a passion, but you hate them on par 5s even more. Oh dear me.
And that's turned into a double on a par 5 where he's just seen his playing partner Matthew Court have an eagle roll at it, and he walks away with a 7. That's hard to handle.
Yeah, early on in the game, it's a tough blow. He has got time to come back though.
Now this for a great bounce back. Made bogey on 8 and makes birdie on 9. That's how you do it in the pros. Now Dean to follow Matthew Court with a birdie 4 at 3.
Yeah, he should have had a little read about what it does near the hole. And he has.
In the United States, they call that bounce back ability. Bogey on second, birdie on third. And with that, Dean restores a 2-shot lead over Richard James. And Peter Tarver-Jones, with that electric front 9, is up into a tie for third with Hemstock and Court. Resilient Curtis Griffiths lies second in the Race to Desert Springs rankings. And that, despite struggling throughout the campaign with back problems. We caught up with the Englishman as he went for a checkup before travelling to Spain.
And just close your teeth down gently together. So I'm going to upload all these images to the file. If you have a look at this, what we're looking at here is your spine and posture, okay? So you can see that your left shoulder is rotating slightly towards, you've got this curvature slightly here. Yeah. You can see the way you're rotating. Yeah. You take your bite into account, and it actually straightened a lot of that out.
First on there, and just take a seat for me. Lovely to meet you, Curtis.
I mean, it's nothing major, but, well, it doesn't feel anything major, but it's just sort of there. One of the first things I'm always interested in is facial symmetry. So it's going that way. Completely flat-footed indeed. As a rule, the right-handed golfer will be more severely affected on the right-hand side. So when I see a right-handed golfer who's got a more severely affected left foot arch, it makes me think straight away. So if you have a little look at that now, and then you can see where the right-hand side is leaving the mark compared to the left one. You have a small leg length discrepancy. There's also a torsional component within the pelvic brim itself. The two things that I want to do. One is I want to review those orthotics you have. The second thing that I want to do is rehabilitate the way that the pelvic brim actually works. You can get dressed.
Well, that's me all done today at Core Health. I had a really good session with Stefan. He told me my body's in pretty good shape. Just some issues with my flat feet, but I really enjoyed it.
James Dean was a rebel without a cause. Will Joe Dean be a pro golfer with a title?
Welcome back to the HotelPlanner.com PGA EuroPro Tour. We're here at Desert Springs for the Tour Championship, and there's so much stuff that goes on behind the scenes, I've decided to go rogue and film some of it. Now, something you don't usually get to see on the show is how much fun I have driving these things around, but also how lost I get trying to navigate my way through the course. It really is like a movie set here at Desert Springs. So, in the spirit of things, lights, camera action is a key part of the day, and the last thing you want when a player's about to birdie a shot is for your batteries to run out. And that's why it's always very important that the cameramen check their kit. Alexander, usually at this time of year, found in his orange plumage. Yes, he knows his stats and he knows his figures, but don't get chatting to him for too long, otherwise you'll get very bored. The massive board here is always showing all the current scores, and to keep it up to date, we have Graham. Now, Graham, who do you think could win today?
I think if he holds his nerve, Joe Dean's going to do it.
If he doesn't now, that'd be a real kick in the balls. Sometimes get lost, and that's why we have lots of volunteers to help point people in the right direction. Is absolutely key to make sure the whole show runs as smoothly as possible. We need the cameramen in the right spot at the right time to make sure you guys at home see all the action as and when it happens. So meet our executive series producer and editor-in-chief, James Dawson. But most people just call him a prick. Yourself on one of these and it will really hurt. The whole course is littered with cacti. They were shipped in especially to really give it that Wild West theme. But thankfully, with more golfers here than cowboys and Indians, well, there's not much chance of getting shot. Shot after shot will be captured today by all our cameramen who are dotted around the course. Behind me, you can see Juby. He's got a very fancy piece of kit there. And in fact, I better crack on because I've got some links to do. So let's get straight back to the action now and rejoin our commentators.
Well, I must say, I'm really glad there was nothing to remind Sean of the word fat, or I might have got a mention there. Anyway, onto the leaderboard. Joe Dean still in front, even par for the day, 2 ahead of Richard James. Peter Tarver-Jones has had a fantastic front 9. All of these guys firmly in the red, but in blue to tell us about the 6th. It's Kit.
The 6th here at Desert Springs is called the Gambler, and that's exactly what you are when you're stood on the tee. It's the epitome of risk and reward golf. It's just under 300 yards, par 4. All the guys in the field have got the ammunition to go for it, but when you've got a card and a pencil in your hand, do you do it? You've got bunkers right, bunkers left. If you don't hit the green, it's undulating. You've got a tricky up and down potentially, but if you get it on the putting surface, get an eagle, this is where it could all explode for you.
From orange to blue, Kit's 2 shirts in rotation.
He's gone from tango to the blue man group. Now, Corty, second shot with a wedge in hand, pin right at the very back at this Gambler. Oh, and he's flown it just too far, and that's going to be awkward up and down. Looks a half decent lie though. Now, Dean, this is no more than like a 7 or 6 iron off this tee to leave yourself a nice wedge in.
Yeah, a little bit of a fluffy lie there. Looking for it to release up the green. Doesn't quite happen for him.
I think he got a bit fortunate there as well. That just made it over the bunker by about a yard.
Matt Court laid up off the tee to give himself a wedge in, but he's not made the most of it. He's only 12, 15 feet long of the pin, but he's in the rough. It's a delicate little chip, but it's pretty flat, a little bit off the left. He might fancy holing this one.
Tarver-Jones now. Second shot to the 10th. Had a tremendous front 9. He needs a similar thing on the back 9. Push himself into that top 5 for promotion.
He's taking the flags out, Scotty.
He is. He's in the zone, as we say.
He is indeed. Now, like Kit said, golden opportunity. Looks like he can get to the back of the ball nicely. Just going to pop it onto the fringe and let it release. Was tracking, just needs a bit more, and that was in.
Yeah, I think he'll take that. Wasn't as easy as it perhaps looked with a good lie.
Now Robert Shaw down the left-hand side, coming in with wedge, down breeze, pins at the back. Yeah. High rising shot up into the sky, Scotty, and look at this. Oh,
yeah, a bit of crowd pleasing action there. Back towards the hole.
Now, the 6th has been a field of dreams for Dean. Eagle birdie so far this week, but that one is well wide of the mark.
Yeah, started that way too straight there, Phil. You know, the flies buzzing around, getting in on the action as we see Robert Shaw now for birdie at 7. Just off the left edge putt this one.
Yeah, good positive stroke there.
Tarver-Jones has proved time and again when he gets in a groove, he's difficult to stop. In August 2014, he won back-to-back EuroPro Tour titles at Prince's and the Oxfordshire. See what I mean?
Oh, done its lap of honour and disappeared. That's a hell of a birdie at 10.
And that's just the start he wants for the back 9, John.
It is. He's got a big spring in his step. Look at the crowds now, backed out behind Matthew Court, looking at the Order of Merit leader. Great drive off this 7th.
Yeah, another quality iron shot from Matt. Distance and line, spot on.
Now, Richard James won the Lucas Championship at Close House this year. 3 rounds in the 60s. In his next start, he was tied 2nd at Caversham Heath. And he comes from a sporting family. His brother, Tom, plays rugby for Neath.
Wow. It looks like he could be a little Mr. Halfpenny there.
No, this is a slightly delicate one. He's played that superbly. Contact, so important from that stuff. And here's Marshy out of the thick rough. Yeah, well, he's disappointed with that, but he's actually played it very well.
Cordy for birdie, just on the left edge. We've seen Robert Shaw hole is from similar length, and he's done the same.
I mentioned about Curtis Griffiths having 8 top 10s this season. That's been matched by Court, and he's had 2 wins at Lunghurst Hall and the Carrick.
Well, out of position, Young over the back at 10 is to save par. Oh, and he does it. What a way to do it. No putts needed.
Well, that's a real bonus. Real bonus indeed. Now Dean, after that superb pitch from the hard pan, cleans up as well, saves par.
Yeah, nicely done. Tordino going really well. Now, Marshall for birdie at 9, off the right-hand side, sends it running, grabs it. There it is.
Yeah, he doesn't miss many of those.
No, he doesn't.
Change of putter this week by the looks of it.
And change of hairstyle as well. He had the nice mullet going on last year. He's a little crop.
He is a man of hairstyles. Not necessarily good.
Down the slope for Richard. It's gathering pace. Slow down, ball. Slow down. Beautiful weather out here at Desert Springs for these lads to play in. Just hear that little breeze around the camera there, so it is going to be getting up. Shirts are wavering a little bit.
Well, it's 6 under par for the day. Peter Tarver-Jones has elevated himself into a tie for 2nd with James and Matthew Court. Dean still out in front, 2 clear, but he's under pressure, unlike the relatively relaxed Court.
Matt, you're the only man on tour with 2 wins this season. It's been a wonderful year. How do you feel stood here now?
It's been a good year. You know, I've been consistent. It was nice to get 2 early wins. You never know, I could get a 3rd one today.
Desert Springs is a course you've got a good record at. Is it a track you thought would suit your game?
I think more so this year. I mean, you know, speaking to some of the guys, they've not attacked the course at all off the tee. It's all about keeping it straight and out of the desert, because if you get in the desert, you can be in all sorts of bother. So definitely straight is what's recommended on this course.
Do you think it gives you an advantage, that freedom that the top 5's already sewn up and just playing for the win here?
Yeah, I'd still like to finish number 1, but you know, a few of the guys have said just there's not really that much pressure on me. Maybe that's the thought I've got to have, is just enjoy it and attack and see what happens, try and win it.
Court's been in top gear all year, but in the driver's seat today, Joe Dean. Fittingly, it's a tremendous venue for the Matchroom Sport Tour Championship, the culmination of the EuroPro Tour season of 2016. It's pristine, this golf course, and this leaderboard, well, it's full of possibilities, permutations, and emotions at the end of the day, no doubt. Dejection and elation will coexist. Right now, the happiest man, Joe Dean. 2 clear after 7 holes of the final round.
Now Matthew Court at the tough par 3 8th. Monster this one. They're out with hybrids and 3 woods and 2 irons. It's a tight target to aim at as well.
He's eyeing it down, but right of the flag, right of the green. He'll be hoping that's in the bunker, not in the long grass.
I mean, he's playing in to win today, Scotty. It's a monster, it really is. Now Dean trying to get there with an iron. This has to be flushed.
Yeah, it requires a top draw shot. This sort of yardage.
He had a go at that one. This one looks to be going left to me. He's got a bit of green to work with. It's all about the lie.
We must remember, you know, that only 15 months ago, this man, Ashley Chesters, finished tied 12th in the Open at St Andrews.
Yeah, he certainly burst onto the scene, looking to build his career in the right direction, like that ball tracking in there.
Oh, this is just getting better and better. What a golf shot. Got to be the toughest hole on the golf course in my eyes. Great par 3.
Yeah, we haven't seen too many balls on that green. That one is a peach.
I'm talking about peach. He's got the peach coloured top on. Richard James coming out of the back of the stance, hands forward, bang on the back of the ball, get it running, release, should turn from the left. Oh, just didn't hit it.
No, I think he thought that was going to pop out of there a bit more quickly than it did. Now Dean missing the green just on the left, up and over. Plenty of green to work with, like John said. A little bit fiery though.
Yeah, came out a bit hot to trot, that one.
Yeah, work to be done for par. Few people brushing up on their tans with this lovely weather.
And they got the bottle of water out as well, though. You need it, it's so hot out here. Now Corty playing a beautiful bunker shot.
Now the pride of Abu Dhabi Golf Club, Richard James.
Yeah, to save his par, and he slots it in. Look at that. Very important stuff. This is coming to the back 9. You really need a poster score, and it's getting bunched up. They're chasing down this man, and this is to save par.
Yeah, it is a tough hole today, but the conditions are perfect. Guys will not be wanting to drop any shots, just like that one.
I must say I'm pulling for Joe Dean today. He's received a lot of support over the years from his mom, Pauline, who's worked as a mobile hairdresser, an assistant, chef in a school kitchen to finance his career.
Wow, fair play to him. And that was a great par to keep that 2-shot buffer. Now, Marshall close to the out of bounds on the right of this 11th. Tough second shot. And what a second shot as well.
Yeah, that's quality from that location. Pin high. Great birdie chance. Just like this one for Chesters. After that cracking hybrid shot into the par 3. Can he convert it? He does.
Well, you won't see many 2s on the 8th during the week, and he's got one of them. You never know how important that might be.
There's no such thing, of course, but that really was a birdie and a half.
Oh, it is, without question. That kind of gains 2 on the majority of the field. Very tough hole now. Court. Similar kind of putt, not a lot of movement in this. To save his par, and he gets it. Solid as a rock.
Now, Scott, the 12th hole isn't quite as demanding as the 8th, but at 189 yards, it's no bargain.
No, and you can see the breeze there coming into the players off the left-hand side. Still a fairly long iron.
Yeah, this would be a gentle 4-iron or a hard 5 for these lads. It bowls in as well and kicks in towards the middle of the putting surface, and Richard James has done exactly that. The spin today back left. Very hard to get to, especially with that wind off the left-hand side as well.
No Marshy after that cracking shot from the hard pan. Yeah, he really is a solid putter when he gets it going.
You said about birdie and a half earlier, Phil. That was definitely one of them. One of the toughest par fours on the golf course.
Now, I like this young man's attitude. He wants it.
Oh, as Smeagol said, he needs it. Now, tracking for a 2. He gets it, and fist pumping all day long.
Don't know about Lord of the Rings. He might be Lord of this Matchroom Sport Tour Championship if that continues.
Yeah, he's rolling some putts in there. Fist pumps are going. It's all about this back 9 now. The crowds are building. The excitement's building as well.
Yeah, they're all out and about. Look at this. Matthew Courtney, his fan base right behind him. Want to see how it's done. Good hands required here. Bit of greener with release. Oh, just into the breeze, slightly upslope. Hard to get it all the way back there coming out the rough.
Yeah, he played it beautifully though, John. Quiet action. No risks. Body turn.
Yeah, cool, calm and collected. Matthew Court at 10 under. You can just see that, just 2 behind this man.
And you can see, well, you can't see the ball. I was going to say, you can see how far down the ball sits in some of this grass. And that's a great judgment from there.
Now can Chester's gain some par 5 redemption? Remember, a double bogey on the 3rd, that though for birdie. And 4 holes in front, the hottest man on the course is putting for a birdie.
Tarver-Jones has this 4-footer for a share of the lead on 12 under par here at the par 5 13th. He's just had a really good read from his playing partner Mark Lasky, who was putting on a very similar line from about 3 times the distance. He's just missed left as the pace came off it at the end, so Tarver-Jones knows there's a little bit of movement in this one.
The amount Kit talks, he could become the horse whisperer.
Can hear his heavy breathing. He's been walking around. Now Tarver-Jones to draw level, like he said.
In it goes. Tarver-Jones joins the lead on 12 under par.
Well, this isn't snooker, it's golf, but congratulations, Kit, on a very good Tedlow impersonation.
Now Court to convert his birdie, and for a great up and down again. Solidly in the middle. And that puts Matt just 1 shot behind the leaders as well. Great stuff. Now Chester's also looking to convert his bunker shot into a birdie, slightly off the right, reads it well.
But John, all eyes are on this man.
They are indeed. Dean played a lovely chip to here, right up the green. This tap in for a birdie to follow suit of his 2 playing partners. Job well done.
The standard is excellent. We now have 5 players, double digits under par. Matthew Court is only 2 off the pace. Peter Tarver-Jones is enjoying the round of his life. But Dean is still in front as the final group approach the back 9.
Well, we're here at the 10th, and I tell you what a par 4 it is. I mean, do you, don't you? This bunker on the left is 244 to carry, and this bunker on the far right-hand side is 266 to make it, and 288 to carry it. But the thing is, with this hole, it kind of meanders down and then around, and you've got all the wasteland on the left-hand side, plus hazard. Ground's nice and soft, it's not running too high, so hopefully it's going to stop for me. You've got to kind of move it from right to left. That's the perfect kind of shape for this hole. But like I say, danger everywhere. Right, come on, John. 3 wood, nice and easy. Well, I tell you what, that's bang on my line. That's straight at the far bunker on the right. Hit it nice and easy. Course management, get in there.
Well, with Scott here as well, I truly am in the presence of greatness.
Oh, you're very kind. And here's a great player as well. 2016 has been a superb year for Matt. He'll be looking to finish it off today. And with shots like that, he may just do it. Lots of discussion going on amongst the spectators as we watch Ashley Chesters, also with his approach, not happy with it.
That's left going left, I've got a feeling. Long and left, and that's going to be an awkward up and down.
Yeah, no room to work with, but we have seen a chip in from there.
And I think that's where all the players are walking off, so that's going to be pretty hard pan. Quite bare down there on the left-hand side. Now Dean. Lovely swing. He's got it high and spinny, trying to control it. And look at that, dancing just short of the flag.
Well, he's back as the joint leader, John, because I can tell you, Peter Tarver-Jones birdied the 15th, and now it's on to a sporty par 4.
Yeah, the 16th hole, Red Rock it's called, 364 yards. Just a long iron for the guys down into this kind of area here, avoiding the waste ground. Turn the corner slightly, and approach shot. You can see trouble all up the left. If you're a long way left, some bunkers around the green, some deep bunkers actually. So precision to find the heart of this green is the key.
The hole's called Red Rock. In Las Vegas, they've got a Red Rock country club, and I can highly recommend it.
You must have the card, Phil. Now, on the upslope, Tarver-Jones on a crest of a wave, really putting a great score together. And he finds the putting surface and gets it close to the flag yet again. And that's set up another great opportunity for yet another birdie. Just see this one in slow-mo, Scotty.
Yeah, solid action, isn't it?
I was well impressed with him in 2014. Got to play with him in the Pro-Am in Egypt. Came up just shy of being the Order of Merit leader from Elliot Saltman.
No, Chesters with this tricky one. Yeah, he played it well.
Yeah, difficult shot from there. I don't really know how it's going to come out. No, Jonathan Caldwell. This to save his par. Found some trouble. This is a lengthy number. This should move off his left. Down the slope. It's tracking.
He won at Moor Allerton in Leeds in Yorkshire back in September. But he's not going to win today, it would seem.
No, he can't be making bogeys on the par 5s. Extremely disappointing. Drops you well away from the leaders.
Good gutsy player there nonetheless. Now Corty at 10 for birdie across the back of this green, down the slope. Off the right, take a turn. Oh, didn't. Stayed out there.
Yeah, he really is playing solid though, giving himself loads of chances, just like this man, Tarver-Jones. Can he slot another one here at 16?
He doesn't mess around. He's only got to touch this. This will find its way all the way down to the hole. Oh, walks it in. Nonchalantly done.
We shouldn't be surprised, you know. He's second on the birdie list on this tour this year. He's made over 150 birdies.
Wowee. Well, I tell you what, he's racking them up today on the last round. And no wonder he's grinning from ear to ear.
No, Dean. Classy approach. Can he convert? He can. Keeping himself in the hunt.
And as for Ashley Chesters, well, he's in danger of becoming a little detached. Hence, the par putt he's got coming up is quite vital for him.
Yeah, this is a big putt for Ashley.
4 adrift, 8 to play. That is manageable. Right now, though, what a story. Joe Dean, 2 under par through 10, out in front overnight. That is respectable. But 10 under par for the round through 16, Peter Tarver-Jones isn't respectable, he's remarkable. What a scoring prospect. Not quite a head-to-head yet, but it's getting there. The question now, what happens when a golfing legend meets one of the cricketing variety? Let's find out.
Well, it ain't low. Oh, there we go. Well, that's me out there.
There you go. You're going great, are you? Oh, wind is straight, gone now.
Come down this 18th and that pin's at the back. How does it change the hole for you?
Well, then you're looking at 2 clubs difference. It's a long green.
Oh, it's monstrous.
I mean, if you're going to hit here 8 to the front today,
yeah,
then you'd probably be hitting 6 to the back.
Yeah.
There's 2 clubs difference on one green, which is because the wind is nearly always coming in here.
Any kind of golf hole sticks out in your mind that the players might have a little bit of a hard time with this week?
Well, I think we just played it, and I was very happy to walk off with you with the 4.
Yeah. Well, it was a good putt.
Yeah, but I mean, to play the 17th from where you guys play, which is how it's designed to be played,
yeah,
I think that's a very tough hole.
Yeah.
And particularly when that pin goes back right.
Yeah.
And you and I were talking, you look at that, it's a very narrow landing area. So there, I think the 15th is always a good hole from the back tee.
Hole. It is a good hole.
And I think this finish is a great finishing hole, because if you are needing to get a birdie, you can get it here, but you've got to take a risk.
But it's a great grandstand finish, and mate, looking forward to it. You?
Yeah, absolutely.
Beefy spends a lot of time down here at Desert Springs, and spending a lot of time at the top of the leaderboard has been Joe Dean. Now, though, he's got company. Peter Tarver-Jones, look at that. 10 under par for the round, a couple of holes to play.
Chester's here, second shot to the long 11th hole. And that is superb.
Tarver-Jones is on absolute fire, but he's pulled his tee shot here on 17 down the left-hand side. We've got some of the thickest rough on the entire golf course. It's not lying well. The one advantage he does have is the pin here is cutting a real bowl on 17. If he can find the putting surface, it should feed down to it.
Yeah, tough life for Peter Tarver-Jones, getting it over the trees to find the dance floor. Oh, look at him muscle that one out.
Yeah, not enough though. That was deep.
Yeah, that was very deep. We're going to see a whole lot of turf come up.
Well, he seemed to get good connection on that.
He did indeed. That breeze just kicking up a little bit as well to play havoc for the players.
Now, you know, I was saying that Peter Tarver-Jones was second on the birdie list this season. Guess who's top? This man.
Yeah. I'm not surprised, Phil. Been playing some good golf all season, and Dino's just put it over the stick. Tall towering shot to set up a birdie effort. Now you've got to feel, Scotty, this man needs to hold a few of these.
Yeah, he's 3 behind now. Last stages of this tournament. Go on. Oh, he's played it beautifully.
Yeah, beautiful hole 14. You get round there, you fancy a dip.
What a journey it's been for Joe Dean. Came through both stages of EuroPro Tour qualifying school earlier this year, and now he's battling for the ultimate prize on the tour. And so close there.
Yeah, the old cellophane bridge across the left edge. Par's always a good score on this hole, but he will feel slightly robbed.
Yeah, it's horrible, isn't it? It just feels like it defies gravity as we see. Not what you want to be seeing. Peter Tarver-Jones having to take a drop.
Now Chester's for his birdie. Yeah, well deserved, tremendous approach.
Only his 5th start of the season on the EuroPro Tour. He's never been outside the top 20. And as we've mentioned before, he was runner-up down at East Sussex National.
Well, having to make something here. Oh, how's this one come out? It's going to be a bit spinny. Oh, it is, and what a diamond. What a shot that is. Made something out of nothing there.
Yeah, he didn't waste too much time. Short, brisk action, picking that ball off the top. Look at the dust.
Ashley Chesters, who turned professional after winning back-to-back European Amateur Championships.
Wowee. Well, he definitely knows how to get over the finishing line. Can he make a big charge coming in now? Is it going to start here at 12? It definitely looks like it. What a shot to this tight left pin position.
Yeah, extremely tough to get close to that pin today, and he's done it. He looks to be mounting a charge. Now what about Dean? He looks like he's leaked that one to the right.
He was trying to draw it in there, Scott, try and hold it up into that breeze, and that's why it's come up considerably short.
Yeah, you can see that flag fluttering just enough from an elevated tee to make a difference. Now tarver-Jones to drop just one shot.
This is huge. And it's in. He knows it. That's a get out of jail free card, even though it's for bogey.
Well, that was damage limitation par excellence. If ever a bogey was a good bogey, that was it.
Oh, that was a phenomenal bogey. I mean, that is a great up and down from the wasteland. Interrupted on his backswing from one of the cacti.
Now Dean, long putt for birdie. Up the slope. Bit of a misread on the line and the pace there.
Yeah, just a bit heavy-handed, Scotty. Here we go, signature hole, one of many round Desert Springs, and this is the 15th, par 4, 422 yards, slight little dogleg from right to left. You can't really see the green from the tee box where the players will be aiming at. You know, bunkers down the right, plus there's out of bounds, and look at that, all that wasteland down the left, and then this water to boot right in front of the green. Take a butchers of this, 55 yards deep. Look at this, and this back portion right there, 42 on to about 55. There, tiny little target for the boys to go at. Oh my goodness, I've got a long way to go. I've got about 165 yards. So I'm thinking a little 7. Just take it off. It suits any shape, this one, actually. Could be left, could be right. I mean, but if you miss this green right or left or long, yeah, you're not getting up and down for a par. It'll have to take a bit of a wonder Sevi shot for it to get close to the pin. Now, nice little soft one, gripping down the shaft. Take a little bit of pace off the shot. Well, that's straight for the bubble. Straight for the bubble. Now, carry. I think it has. I can't see the ball at the front. I know it's a bit of a disappearing act once it gets near the back of the green. I actually think that's pretty mustard.
It was English mustard. But what about a Welsh wizard on the same hole?
Yeah, third shot for James here, though. We're looking to get this one in tight. Well, it doesn't get much tighter than that, John.
It does not, Scotty. I mean, I thought I was going to go in there for a minute. That's danced all round the flag, and that's going to be, if he slots that one in, a great par. We'll talk about pars. Dean needs this one to stay one shot in front of Peter Tarver-Jones.
Well, that's disappointing. Obviously, I think it was a slight misread there.
Yeah, I think he thought that was straight, but it just feeds off of that right-hand side on the left of the screen from the hill.
Now then, James for par after that quality approach. Third shot. Yeah, well done.
Well, Richard's only 2 shots behind the leaders. Some chances coming in.
That was a great escape.
Chester's to get within 1. Oh, that is a tough miss after such a great iron shot in there off the tee.
Walks away, understandably crestfallen. Nerves are raw, and that is to be expected. Peter Tarver-Jones, 1 hole to play. Joint leader with Joe Dean, who's got 6 to play. But Richard James, Matthew Court, Ashley Chester's, indeed Sam Robertshaw still very much in the equation.
Now Dean, 4th shot at the par 5, 13th. Down close to the hazard there. Oh, he's judged that pretty well. Still work to do for his par though. Cannot afford to be dropping shots.
First time you've seen James Moll at the right bunker at 15. Not much green to work with here. This one's tough to get close.
Oh!
Hey, disappearing act.
Well, that's one way to do it. Banged it straight in there. A couple of bounces, square on.
Oh, he's on the ball.
Reminiscent of Lee Trevino, 1972 Open on the 16th at Muirfield.
There you go.
Good memory there.
Top memory. Just as again as one just slides by the right side.
Now on the 18th, Peter Tarver-Jones flirted with a very expensive visit to a hazard.
Our co-leader Peter Tarver-Jones' heart would have been in his mouth as he saw his ball heading over here to the water, but it's come up short fortunately, and he's caught a pretty good lie as well. Coming over to this left-hand side opens up the green for him, but it's a long green. The pin is all the way at the back. He's got 199 yards in, but a birdie here and he can set 14 under par in the clubhouse.
Yes, and although it's unlikely, a birdie here would see him sign for a 62.
Yeah, that would be an incredible final day score. Long way in here, nearly 200 yards as Kit said. What's happened there? The arms come off the club, but look at that, it's pretty straight. Just needs to chase out a little bit more up that green. It's doing its best.
Yeah, difficult all the 18th with that water running down the left-hand side up by the green. You'll see this, a nice little slow-mo here. He's hanging on for dear life as that hand now comes off. Hoping for the best. Don't go left. He's praying to the gods. Now the man chasing him. Off the right. Oh, and it doesn't come back as much as he thought for Dean.
He's just done something he's not done all week. Made successive bogeys.
Yeah, 2 putts. Shaving the edge, opposite sides. But at a crucial point on the final day, they are both very painful.
Yeah, Tarver-Jones back in the driver's seat. After that drop shot, you won't know it. You see Chester's now. This for a bogey. Yeah, head drops a little bit. He's not going to be liking that on a par 5. Well, the beautiful 14th par 3, outstanding hole as well, especially under the pressure. Clubbing is essential. You have to hit your numbers. 161 yards, playing under the par this week. And I tell you what, the boys got to hit their number. Like I say, you've got to give yourself a chance. The pin way tucked on the right-hand side. Anything long and short, you're going to find beach, but anything in the water, obviously you're going to rack up a number. But I think, you know, if there was a forfeit to be had and you hit it in the water, you might as well swim it.
Wise words indeed there, John. And let's see what Matt Court's got in the locker in these final few holes. His iron play has been exceptional.
Yeah, ideally you want to be aiming just left of this pin, Scotty.
Well, if Tarver-Jones is going to be caught, Matt might be the one to do it.
Well, his track record, like you say, Phil, you wouldn't put it past him coming on strong at the end. So you've seen Dean now. Looks like he's taking dead aim. This one's straight at it. Oh, very brave effort right at this pin.
Now back up to 18 and the leader.
Tarver-Jones has found the green, but he's still 17 yards short of the pin on this gargantuan putting service. It's a tricky birdie putt. It's uphill to start with. As it gets over this shoulder in the green, you can see it's going to sweep down from the left towards the hole. Getting the right balance of pace and line here is absolutely vital. Let's see if he can roll it in for a finishing birdie.
Tarver-Jones was promoted to the Challenge Tour in 2014 off the EuroPro Tour. If he wins today, it's ditto.
Yeah, long attempt. This really will finish his tournament in style. He's played exceptional golf today.
And there's a bit of meat left on that bone, Scotty.
Yeah, there is indeed. Like you said, it's not an easy green. He did have a long way to putt there, and he's left himself a little tester. You can see there, he knew it was a little bit speedy, telling it to slow down.
Now Courtney needs to make a move. You can start with this 25-footer across the back edge of this green, up the slope. Oh, grabs the right edge and doesn't go in. Fewer holes left to play, and he needs birdies if he wants to catch the leaders.
You know that horrible cliche that golf is a game of fractions. It's true.
Oh, it is. It definitely is.
Nadine, after that more aggressive tee shot, is rewarded with a birdie. Superb stuff.
Great bounce back yet again by Dean.
Yeah, looks very calm actually, doesn't he? Now then, Tarver-Jones. This for a round of 63.
Oh, grabs the left-hand side of the hole, and that is a spectacular last round of golf. I mean, just look at that. Flawless, 9 under par, with two bogeys on the card as well to boot. That is some golf.
11 birdies, and Tarver-Jones could be in 7th heaven. He's joint leader at the moment, now in the sanctuary of the clubhouse. Joint leader with Joe Dean, for whom the final 4 holes are bound to be tense.
Joe, you're leading going into the final round today, so how are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, I feel a tiny bit nervous. I've got my game plan, so it's just how I'm going to execute it today. The standard has been really, really good this year. I've had to fight for every cut. I think I've worked out I was 10 over for my first rounds, and I was 55 under for my second rounds.
You're leading the tour in birdies. Are you normally an aggressive player?
I would say I am, yeah. I've been more aggressive than what I'd normally be this week, just to try and get myself up there, because basically it's been all or nothing this week.
With a 3-shot lead, how do you approach it?
Just like any other day, to be honest, Kit. Just got my game plan and I'll just go out there and execute it.
What would it mean to you if you did win the Tour Championship and get your Challenge Tour card?
Yeah, it would mean a lot. This is what I've been planning for all year. It's been a struggle all year, it's been frustrating. But for this to finally pay off in this great golf course in this place, it would be fantastic.
Late in the day, the Matchroom Sport Tour Championship and promotion places are up for grabs. Welcome back to the scenic, resplendent Desert Springs Resort and the Indiana course, venue for the Matchroom Sport Tour Championship, the culmination of the 2016 EuroPro Tour season. And what a culmination it is! Peter Tarver-Jones, 9 under par in the clubhouse, proudly with a round of 63. He's co-leader with Joe Dean, who has 4 holes to play. James Robertshaw, Court and even Chesters could still have something to say.
Well, let's take a look at this 15th hole, 422 yards, called Abyss. Plays above its par of 4. Tee shot required straight up the middle here, avoiding bunkers down the right, large waste area to the left. Second shot over water all the way, long green here, trouble down the left, couple of deep bunkers on the right. And with that pin at the back today, a tricky shot, narrow green.
And not the kind of hole you want to face when the nerves are jangling.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, there is out of bounds looking right. And that is extremely far right. There is hazard, but beyond that is the white dreaded stakes, which is out of bounds. And that, I think, is probably over there. Now, Chester's middle of this fairway is all you require, and it is quite a nice, generous target to hit. And that is position A.
Yeah, that's a good tee shot, having just seen your playing partner fire one way off to the right. Now here's the provisional. Looks to have gone with the iron.
There's two little bunkers lurking down the right-hand side, nearer the water, and that's headed, oh, and just dodges it.
Well, we're hearing the ball was out of bounds, so that is Joe Dean's 30s, playing 4 from there.
And that's Jonathan Colwell finishing off what has been a nice, satisfying season. I don't know if he's going to get the top 5, but that's a nice final round, a 3 under par, 8 under for the tournament at the grand final. Now Dean's 4th. You got to expect this one needs to be really close, at worst to make bogey if he wants to stay within touching distance of Tarver.
Looking for it to kick the other way there.
And that's one place you don't want to be. That's a tricky up and down. I know we've seen James Mole earlier hole it. As we see, Richard James only got one thing on his mind. He needs to make birdie. Oh, what a golf shot.
Absolute class there. Reminiscent of the Garcia run.
Yes, that
Remember
was.
that one?
Hop, skip and a jump to the left-hand side and started running. Oh, this is brilliant. Beautiful swing here by Richard. He knew it as soon as he hit it. You can see him start to walk. Split second after that, he was on the run. Now Chester's with a second.
Trailing by 3. Need some really tight iron shots in here now to finish his round. Trying to send this one up the chute. And he does. And that's a good effort. That is a chance from there.
He controlled the ball float extremely well there. Nice low one. Now Young, you haven't seen him for a while. He's at 7 under. This one to finish the tournament at 8 under for birdie. From the right side. Oh, and he holds it. Good man. Get that big smile out again, Mr. Young. That's a topsy-turvy day at the office. There's 2 blips, but an eagle and 3 birdies settled that and made a nice 69 final round.
Now, John, you accurately described this hole before as the signature hole here at Desert Springs, and I'm afraid Dean is in danger of signing for a very big number. Well done. His head must be in turmoil.
Yeah, but that was a great bunker shot. I mean, that's going to be for a double bogey if he can hold that one, and that puts him at a touching distance there. But this one is huge for Richard.
Yeah, this will be a tremendous birdie to tie.
Yes.
And he's made it. Left edge. It's gone in though. Look at that. 65. Clean golf.
Not a blip on the card, Scotty. We like those, don't we?
We love those. Yeah, let's get as many of those as you can. And look what it means to him.
And I think it's any level, if you can go bogey-free in the final round of a tournament of this importance, it shows a lot about your character.
It does indeed. He was there very early with his teammates. Getting some good practice in on the course. As you see Chester's rolling it in from the back of the green for birdie. Great birdie at 15. Look at the crowds following them. Masses.
Now here's a man with some pedigree. Twice a runner-up on the European Tour. In Madeira in 2003, 2006 at the Johnny Walker Championship at Gleneagles.
Yeah, Marshy looking to close out his tournament in style. And he does. That was a class shot. Straight down the flag.
He likes that.
Yeah, like he said, straight down it. And it was. Now then, Dean. Got to make this for the double bogey. Yeah, good solid putt. Not easy when your head's a little scrambled.
That's going to be hard to swallow though, Scotty, especially with 3 holes to play.
And he needs top 2 for promotion.
There we go. Now Marshall. Back at the green for birdie. What a way to finish. Nicely done, my friend.
Yeah, superb. Round of 67, couple of bogeys there he won't be happy with. But another solid week for the very experienced Andrew Marshall.
It's negative momentum, I'm afraid, for Joe Dean. Andrew Marshall up into a tie for third, finishing with a flourish. Our joint leaders are Peter Tarver-Jones and Richard James, 13 under. A fine effort from both of them. Dean parred 16, but I'm afraid Court and Chesters made bogey there, so barring a hole shot from the fairway, his title chance is gone.
Well, he needs to hold it, Phil, for an eagle and make birdie up the last. Oh, and he nearly did. What a shot. Taking dead aim, no holds barred. He knew what he needed to do and nearly came off.
Yeah, he has played some quality iron shots. Peppered the flags. Now here's Court out of position on 17. Second shot also.
This is where the pressure really builds. You've got to do something special if you want to catch the two at the top. This is going to feed off the right. Gather down towards the pin. Another great golf shot.
The final group on 17, and so too is Kit.
Dean realistically has to hold this birdie putt to give himself any chance of forcing his way into the playoff on 13 under with another birdie at 18. And he's left himself a really good look. It's uphill, maybe 3 balls from the left. He can be aggressive with it. He knows nothing else will do but this going in. Let's see if he can hold it.
Well, you heard it from the horse's mouth. Kit off the left. Dean needs it. Go on, walk it in, go, go, go! And it disappears. He caught it, he got it right, and Dean's still in with a shout.
Yeah, what a putt to make. Now Matt Court, much more simple putt. Can he also convert for birdie? After that cracking approach, he can.
Two of them have made mincemeat of this hole. Can Chester seal it with 3 birdies on 17? He can indeed.
Now up on the 18th, this is a massive putt for Billy Hemstock. It's a must-make if he's going to retain any promotion hopes. That was gutsy, but now it's the definition of an anxious wait. His fate lies in the hands of others.
And this is where it's all going to happen and unfold. Up 18, and what a par 4, 344 yards. Look, fraught with danger. Down the left-hand side, water comes into play at like 200 yards. You've got out of bounds down the right-hand side, plus water from start to finish all the way down the left-hand side. You can take it on with a big long iron, if not driver off the tee, but it's a very awkward landing area. But then you're faced with a 62-yard green from front to back, and it's fraught with danger, wrapped around in the pin back left today as well for these players coming down the final straight.
Yeah, well, here's Dean out with the iron, looking for position, looking for the fairway, just trying to slide it a little bit left to right, hold the fairway, and he's done that beautifully.
Well, as Sir Ian Botham said, sometimes you can have a little go at this one, get it going round the corner, but it does bring a lot of trouble into play. But it does lead to a nice short shot going in for your second. As we see Robert Shaw now finishing off on 18.
Yeah, disappointing finish there. 3 shots gone in the last 3 holes for a level par 72. Well, they're all getting in position for the drama.
This is a huge shot for Joe Dean. Really being aggressive off the tee, going in. Oh, and that's going right. Right, said Fred. Oh, and that's going to be a difficult one. And, well, we all know that has to go in.
Going right has been his destructive shot all day. Now for the lowdown on Dean's lie up there. Let's go up to Kit.
Dean needs to hold this chip for birdie to force his way into that playoff with Richard James and Peter Tarver-Jones. It's not lying too bad. He's got two options for how he can play it. He can land it just on the green, but he'll have to play it left and let it feed down, or he carries it all the way to the flat. That's a bit riskier, but it might be easier to hole it that way. What do you guys think?
Well, I've got to agree with you, Kit. I think Joe Dean now is going to just get this one onto the fringe of the green, let the contours and the slope work to his advantage down to the flag. What do you think, Scotty?
Yeah, same shot for me. Just got to get it on somewhere there. Oh, it's not quite released for him.
Dean is disgruntled, but that means Mark Lasky and Richard James have been promoted, so they're delighted.
I bet they are. Just like this man, Matthew Court. Hasn't been the final day he was looking for to seal the win, but nonetheless, it's been a cracking season as he taps this one in. Round this 18th. What a grandstand finish as well. And that's a 69 for Matthew. And a hell of a season. I tip my cap to you, my friend.
And he'll be confirmed as number one if Peter Tarver-Jones wins the playoff.
Dean, still a big putt for him here. And that is painful on the final green.
Yeah, that was worth a couple of ball, but that's a 1 over par last round for Joe. One to forget. That was within his grasp, within touching distance, and just faltered near the end. Now Chester's to save his par at the last hole.
Yeah, some early damage there. Recovered, but a couple more bogeys on the back nine. 2 under par 70 to finish for Ashley.
Closing rounds of 65, then 67, took Andrew Marshall in a tie for third. Matthew Court capped what's been a gilt-edged season. But this tournament will be decided by extra holes. Richard James and Peter Tarver-Jones in the playoff.
So the Matchroom Sport Tour Championship comes down to a two-man playoff between Peter Tarver-Jones and Richard James. James has already got the top 5 in a Challenge Tour card sewn up with this result, but a win and he tops the order of merit. For Tarver-Jones, he knows only a win in this playoff gets him in the top 5 and onto the Challenge Tour next season. Other players around don't know whether they're in the top 5 or not. It's that close. Let's head back out to the action and see who wins.
Now, John, you've been involved in a playoff on the PGA Tour. What's going on in the mind?
Well, it suits the aggressor, especially for this man, Tarver-Jones. He's got win on his mind, and that's all he can do to get his playing rights for next year on the Challenge Tour. So it's going to be pretty simple, Simon, for Peter Tarver-Jones as he just dodges a little sprinkle ahead.
And of course now, Billy Hemstock is the president of the Richard James fan club, because if James wins, Hemstock is promoted. If Tarver-Jones wins, Hemstock is on the outside looking in.
Yeah, the permutations continue. And that's another solid tee shot. Both guys finding the fairway. Let's see what they've got from there. Good nerves, you have to say.
Yeah, both players finding the fairway, Scotty, and it's who can draw first blood here, and it's Tarver-Jones with his approach to put the pressure on. This good strong 6-iron. Oh, hand off it. Is it going left or is it coming back? Oh, it looks to be moving left to right. Oh, and it's a good shot. Oh, look at this, just getting better and better.
One hand on the club, one hand on the trophy.
Yeah, superb stuff there. Looked a good swing, good balance. He knew he needed to find the green to put the pressure on. I think it was just a bit of the heavy divot. Perhaps gave him a little bit of doubt, but there was nothing to fear. That was straight down the stick. Now then, what's James's reply going to be?
Just going over the edge of the trees. Oh, he likes it. He's going to walk after it. Oh, just kicks off the downslope. That's going to run. There's a bunker long. Wants to slow down. Oh, and it has between bunker and green in the thick stuff. Just see this. swing now in slow-mo from Richard James. You've got a feeling he's going to have to hold it, but it's a beautiful balanced golf swing. Must have looked cracking in the air, but just coming up a little bit shy, catching the downslope.
Both of those shots must have looked superb in the air. They were straight at the pin, but it's Peter Tarver-Jones who's got the look at birdie. It's just come through the back for Richard James. It's a chip, a relatively flat lie. He might fancy holding this one, and he might well need to. It's barely outside the right lip for Tarver-Jones. Hole it, and he could be going to the Challenge Tour.
Yeah, and the fans are about to go crazy if this one goes in. All looking on, seeing how it's supposed to be done, and there's some massive pressure on this one, Scotty.
Yeah, I mean, there's Matt Court watching on, but yeah, he needs to chip it in, but more importantly, or just as important, he needs to lay it dead, put the pressure on Tarver-Jones. Can't give him a free putt. Just pop it onto the edge of the green, let it release.
Oh, it's tracking, Oh, just misses the left-hand side.
Great effort indeed. I think he fancied it halfway.
I think he did, Scotty. But you know, when you've sealed your Challenge Tour rights, like Richard has, and this man is fighting to get it, and this is for it, for the win and Challenge Tour. The winner takes it all.
Yeah, brave putt, brave play-off play there. Superb stuff from Tarver-Jones. Yeah, he's happy, and so he should be.
What a round of golf, though. I mean, 8 under last year by Jordan Smith to become winner as well, and this man goes and beats it by 1, shooting 9 under, points the finger to the sky in celebration. What a win.
Pete, you've just won the Matchroom Tour Championship and booked your place on the Challenge Tour next season. How are you feeling?
My heart's pounding. Feel good, obviously. Which is great fun today, and I just thought in the playoff just try and have some fun. You've done the hard work and see what happens, and hit a great shot, second shot and a good putt, and yeah, just feel sort of overwhelmed really.
You forced your way into that playoff with a stunning 9 under par round.
Yeah, I was aggressive. I mean, I had no option but to be. I drove the ball well, so I kept it in play, and I played really good in the second round but didn't hold anything, whereas today I obviously hold a few putts, so it was good to see him finally go in.
And an immediate bounce back to the Challenge Tour. How much are you looking forward to next season now?
Yeah, I mean, I was disappointed with last year, but I've learned so much, and so to get the opportunity to prove myself again, I'm really excited for it. I really am.
Richard, you've lost the playoff here at the Tour Championship, but you are going up to the Challenge Tour next season, so how do you feel?
Just over the moon, to be honest. I knew I had to go out and post a number today, and been playing so good all week, just not holding the putts, and then finally they dropped today, and you know, to birdie the last to get in a playoff, I knew I needed it. It was huge, and you know, fair play to Pete, making birdie in it's a tough hole, so fair play to him. You know, he deserves it all.
Matt, it's been confirmed you're top of the order of merit this year. What a sensational season you've had.
Consistency was there most of the year. I think I played 10 events and only 1 finish outside the top 10. You know, so that's great for next year. A bit of a step up playing the Challenge Tour, but you know, it's still a game of golf, so not too much difference.
So Tim, obviously it's been a very exciting season, but what's been your highlight?
Oh, you know, it's another exciting year, and you know, I thought what they did at Cumberwell was amazing. Oxfordshire was great. You know, this final was one of the most exciting ones. I mean, to come down to a sudden death final with 2 great characters and 2 great golfers like it did, just typical EuroPro Tour, you know, excitement. So it was great.
Spare a thought for Billy Hemstock, who misses out on promotion by £714. Heartbreaking. Matthew Court tops the Race to Desert Springs rankings, but the big winner is Peter Tarver-Jones, promoted from nowhere and now challenged to abound.
Well, that's all we've got time for here at Desert Springs, but what a day it's been. I mean, for Pete, what a result.
Absolutely, an incredible way to finish the season. It came down to the last shot, as it so often does, and what a shot it was from Pete in there. But all of the guys who've got their Challenge Tour cards have done magnificently well this season.
I totally agree, and I've been very impressed with the crowds as well. A real big turnout this time.
Absolutely, it's stunning to see so many players watching it. We see the guys playing great shots week in, week out, and it's wonderful that the fans get to see that as well.
Well, it's been a phenomenal season. Are you going to be sad to turn in this orange shirt, aren't you?
I am. It's going to go away for a few months, but it might be making a return next season.
Oh, we'll have to wait and see. Make sure you join us next time. But for now, goodbye.